Okay, so I just gotta say this. It smells wonderful down here. I mean, it's like all these pine trees, no pollution, beautiful. Check it out. Hanging out, but you know, some of this place people trash, and you can see in some areas, and you can definitely see like four-wheeler tracks and stuff like that. But I'll tell you one thing, this place would probably be amazing to hunt mushrooms, morels, here in a couple months, because there are a lot of lowlands. I mean, if you just look behind me over this way, then if I turn around, you look behind me this way, I mean, just all kinds of lowlands. It's just amazing. Now, earlier I saw some turkeys and I couldn't quite catch them. Now that looks like a flat spot. I'm gonna have to venture off there. Check this out. So I can see right there's the trail, but it looks like there's a flat spot right there. Let's go check this out. I wonder if that might be a campground of some sort, or I mean, it definitely looks like a flat spot. Yeah, you probably could camp up here. You can see my car down there. That's really not a whole lot to look at. This looks like a sunken hole. Could be an old well from a long time ago. And over here, and I would definitely say this ground was leveled years ago and it's settling. They put a lot of rocks here. Man, that air is cold. Now here's something you don't see every day. You see something's picked those up and laid them out. So, something eating them. It's a spooky looking tree. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think right there's an old home site. Check this out. Yeah. That's what that was. This is definitely an old home site. Yeah, definitely carved out, and that is, it makes you wonder how many years ago did somebody live out here, and what the I mean, maybe 200 years ago. I mean, I don't know. These rocks are old, man, and for them to be so moss covered and all that. But yeah, definitely an old home site. But they had a nice view. Nice view if all those trees weren't there, but yeah, that's old. Okay, so I just came up from that way. That's just by where the parking lot is. So you can definitely see some trail markers. I mean, you know, you're on a trail, but you know, one of the things about the earth, it's constantly rotating and evolving and changing. And you can see here, not a very big rock, but these rocks have split and fallen, and these trees are growing right into the rock. So over time, you know, these rocks are starting to fall down and let gravity take them. So as you go out in places like this, you really got to watch some of the rocks and make sure, hey, if it rains, it's not going to have enough water just to decide to push that rock on over the edge on top of you. Or if you're on top of it, that your weight doesn't make the rock fall. But this is definitely probably a less traveled path. A little rough. You can see a marker right up here. I'll show you guys what it looks like then. I'm going to focus on hiking. So that is the markers. You can definitely see you're gonna be going uphill some out here. Definitely got some trail markers up, but the path right now at least isn't very well marked. I mean it's pretty rough, man. You can see this is definitely a path, but it's rough. You can see trail markers. So, I mean, there's not much of a path here. Okay, so I'm not sure if the path I was on was the southern part of Symmes Creek Trail, but I think I'm on the northern part because it veered off a little bit, and now I'm on this trail, and I don't know, maybe this is where it veers off. Tell you one thing, it would really help if I had a GPS, but man, look at the view from here. I mean, you can see way down there, and then this is the path I just came up, and then right here, I mean, I'm just right on a ridge, so it's real pretty out here. But the trails are marked. I'm just taking a guess at which one I'm actually on. So I had veered off and you couldn't hardly see the trail at all. I mean, it's so covered in leaves, and this one's at least a little bit wide. So yeah, this one has some markings, but the other trail almost looked like it was a trail at once, and then they took off the markers, and you could still see remnants of the markers. But other than just the nail pen, it was pretty much gone. But you can see up here, you know, I've got some trail markers, but and there's nothing wrong with going off trail, but you don't want to get lost out here. It's about 40 degrees and cold, and it's like all uphill right now. It's right now, it's noon. It's completely overcast. You can see where I'm at, so I may just end up doing the Symmes Creek Trail Loop today. It's probably 4 miles maybe, I'm hoping, and then loop back on over to the car. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Upper end of the trail, I don't know if you can see over there, mountain in the distance, but I just came up from there and heading this way. Minutes to an hour, and you can see I'm still on the ridge. I just ran across this little campsite, so I'm assuming I'm on the north loop of the Symmes Creek Trail. So you can see a little campfire. Probably have a few tents that way. A few here. You can't really see them, but there's a lot of briars. And I don't know why, but there's a lot of mud puddles over here. So this looks like ATV trails. You can see down that way. But probably good for a couple people. You know, you can definitely see there's a little circle, but that's not technically the trail. The trail's right here. It goes down this way. One little camping spot. If you started at Trailhead 1, where it's the bigger parking lot, Symmes Creek, and went up on the ridge, hiked probably, I don't know how many miles, but maybe 1 mile in, up at the top, you'll see it. It's right on the trail, which most places don't allow you to camp right on the trail. They want you to camp a few hundred feet away, but here I think you can pretty much do whatever you want. I mean, I haven't seen a soul all day since I've been out on the trail. There's nobody out here. On the top of the ridge, I've had cell phone service for just a little bit, but not too long. And you know, so I'll just keep on doing this. Today, with how overcast it is, I mean, you can see how kind of dark it is. I'll do the top loop, do the bottom loop, and then head back over to the car. See if there's any good campsites at the bottom loop. Frodo, does it feel like you're in the Shire? Frodo. Frodo. Mr. Baggins. Alright guys, for those of you that don't know, I've recently switched to a vegan diet and slowly transitioning all my other stuff, but I hooked up with this group called Vegan Outdoor Adventures, and they do a little drop box where you pay a little bit and get a whole bunch of stuff. So in this box, this winter box that I got was this Thrive by Go Macro. It's a blueberry lavender, non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based protein. So hopefully it's gonna be pretty good. You can see what it looks like here. It's gonna be pretty good. It's cold out. It's like half frozen. I've never had lavender before, like eating it. But the lavender and the blueberries, this is pretty good. And it's definitely unique. On the outside of the package it says Ancient Superseed, something like that, but go check them out. This is Thrive by Go Macro. Pretty good. Thank you, Vegan Outdoor Adventures, for getting us in the last shipment. It's very good. Yeah, so I just had my snack and almost completely missed this. There's another camp spot right up here in this little pine grove. So this pine grove is right on top of the hill. Once you get to the other side of it, you'll see a little ring, and a few people could stay out here. It's not that big, but you can definitely see where the leaves are and then where it's been cleared out. So another little camp spot. So that's been two, probably anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 tents camp spots within the first hour. Okay, so not too far from where we were just at, I just found this opening. So this must be a road. And I see something, it looked like a big grassy area over here. And usually you don't want to park. Yeah, this is definitely a road. But you can see just trash and litter and shit. You guys enjoy getting out here so much. Don't fucking litter. Oh. I'll pull it up on maps and see what road this is. So it says I'm kind of on 2 roads. So if I point this way, it says it's a road and it goes down there, but I can see, you'll see here in a little bit, it's closed. So this may be Marchbarger or Skyline. as you can see, a couple different roads, but so it must be like Skyline Road is what I would call it. But I do have service up here, which is pretty cool. So, all right, yeah, here's a concrete pad. There's an old foundation of something back there. Yeah, and you can see daffodils coming up. So I'm sure at one time this was a home. Ow! God, you gotta watch out for them briars. Man. Son of a bitch. Fucker. Yeah, so you can definitely see ooh. About fell in that freaking hole. Dude, that hole goes way down there too. Way down there. You can't see very good, but you can see a foundation. And over here, I bet you that was a root cellar. Go through these little briars, but you can definitely see this was an old foundation of some sort. That's round. So I bet you that was the well. That's probably a root cellar. But yeah, I mean, somebody's definitely lived up here some time ago. But you can see now it's just, I mean, you can see those tracks. Somebody's definitely been up here, but when I was coming around here, I thought, maybe that'd be a really good campsite, and it would be. I mean, you look over there, like it's a lot of people, but I don't know how much of this is forest and how much of it is somebody's property, but even being way up here on top of a hill, it's really wet. So I can imagine in summer that it's full of skeeters. But this site back here, this might not be a bad place to camp, but again, it's just the proximity to the road. I mean, it's pretty flat. So if you look around, but I gotta keep going. So this again, this is right after that little pine grove that I ran into. So it looked like another old homestead. If you remember, this was the road right here that I showed you. And then it looks like there's a road that goes that way, but the path I think goes this way. Yeah, the trail goes this way. So this must have been an old road, because when I pulled it up on GPS, it said there was a road here. But, you know, this ain't no road that I'm used to. So I'm gonna cross this, but yeah, you probably just don't want cars down here. I'm sure this is probably a really, really old road. But it's not a road anymore. Up there, you can see up there, there's another little bit of a clearing. So, I mean, if you camped out here, up at those clearings, I mean, you can't tell from here, but I mean, I'm way on top of a ridge, and I can only imagine how big and beautiful the stars would be at night. I mean, it would just be amazing. But again, I still haven't seen one person. It's been like 2 hours. But you can see here, for the most part, the trails are clearly marked, because if they weren't, there's a lot of different places where you could very easily get lost. But you would not want to get lost. Just looking over there, I see a little, oh shit, briar. Yeah, a lot of briars here. And this is March, so they're not really in their full growth. I can only imagine, you know, summertime, you're going to want to really pay attention and, you know, bring a pair of trekking poles or something like this so you can move that crap out of your way. But there's been a few times, even now, that I've got, and it's, you know, I'm sure my legs are going to be a little scratched up, but, you know, you just got to walk around them, that type of thing. Did I tell you guys that Thrive bar by Macro? That was pretty good. Lavender blueberry. Check it out. Okay, so I'm coming down this path and see that log right there. It's slippery. I tried to step over it, but I touched it a little bit and I completely slid. And I grunted real loud and I caught myself, but I about fell, and a whole bunch of deer came out over here. I definitely spooked them. But my path is a little covered. It looks like it's been that way for a while because you can definitely see somebody's come down here and walk. They were all just right over there on the other side of that ridge. And I think there's a couple bucks. But they took off. There's definitely some wildlife out here if you were quiet. And heard some gunshots off in the distance. I'm sure people are hunting. But I'm alright. Glad I didn't slip and fall, man. Being out here by yourself, if you had any big mishaps, you'd kind of be screwed. So, you know, you always want to let somebody know where you're going and when you'll be back. That way, if something does happen and you're not back when you're supposed to be back, then you can have somebody looking for you. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but over there I can, right along the base of that second ridge, you can hear some cars. Earlier I heard what sounded like a pack of coyotes, but I don't think they'd be out in the middle of the day. Of course, maybe they would be. I don't know. But, oh, I see a bridge over there, a wooden bridge. So right now I'm at the top of Symmes Creek. I bet that's the bottom. So I'm going to be hiking the bottom back to the car. Hopefully I can find my way back. Because it's definitely different when you're on a semi kind of trail for the first time, and there's a lot of other side paths or roads. So you know, right now it looks like I'm on a road. An old road, but a road. So we're on top of Symmes Creek right now. I don't know if this will capture this, but it sounds like an old telephone. Listen. Did you hear that? See if they do it again. I'm gonna get my phone and see if I can get on that. Okay, let's see if you can hear this. Oh, I see a woodpecker up there. See if I can. Where'd he go? I see him. Hang on. Gotta flip this thing around. Okay, so I just came to a junction. Let's see. This way goes a path, and that's where I just came from, up this way. But I just want to take a peek. This is where 118 is. If you went down there, that's the bridge way back there that I crossed. So if you use that trailhead, that would be trailhead 2, I think. There's barely any, I mean, there's like 2 cars maybe could fit there, and it's pretty muddy. So if you had a front wheel drive car and parked in them with the front wheels in first, you may not be able to back out. It's pretty bad right now. And it hadn't rained for a few days, but it is March. It's not sunny. It's kind of cold. So anyway, that trailhead number 2. So I'm gonna head back this way and walk along towards the bottom of the creek. So I think I'm finally hit my halfway point. and stopping and, you know, having a moderate pace. It's taken me an hour and a half to walk from trailhead 1 all the way up 2, and now I'm going down what I hope to be the bottom half. But I can see far over there. There's a road. So I mean I know where I'm at. So I think I know where I'm at. I hope I know where I'm at. Anyway, if I don't know where I'm at, it's always going to be an adventure. So as you can see, you know, I just started down this path. It's pretty narrow, and I was walking up there. But it's beautiful, man. I bet you there's tons of mushrooms down there. So I walked from here. You can see it. I walked from here all the way up. Where I just showed you was that parking. So now I'm walking this bottom half of the creek. I'm probably just going to run this and hit back to the road and then finish the road back to my car. And then on this side, I want to find out Morgan's Sister's trailhead. I want to find that lake and see if there's any camping spots up there, but we'll see how far I go today. So I'm not too far on this path, but I wanted you guys to see this. I know I'm definitely on the right path, but they got briars everywhere, and you know, you kind of use your trekking pole to move it. But you know, here's a footbridge, so I know I'm definitely on the right path because there's a footbridge that goes across here. That's a turd. Look at that thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of coyotes over here because I've seen a lot of turds and I haven't seen another person, so I don't think anybody's just got wild dogs or dogs. Let them running loose. But you know, every once in a while you always see a little stream like this. So I packed in some water just for what I need for the day hike today, but if you needed to you know, cook, if you're staying out here for a few nights, you definitely want to bring something to purify water, because if you had to carry, you know, 10 pounds of water, I mean, that'd just be nuts. It'd be nuts. You got these trees, look at that. Yeah, sycamores, they're beautiful. I've heard you could actually tap a sycamore like a maple tree, and if you tap it and then boil it down, because basically it just kind of looks like dirty water when you tap it, but if you tap it, boil it down, then you can make a syrup like maple syrup, except it tastes like butterscotch. Check it out. So one of these days I'm gonna find a tree, I'm gonna tap it. I don't have any in my yard, I'm gonna come into somebody's yard, I'm gonna tap it secretly, boil it down, I'm gonna show you guys. It's gonna be awesome. I have some pancakes. So I'm on the trail, but it's a little narrow down here. So the upper trail was a lot bigger, wider, but I do like this part of the trail because it's all this, you know, all this pine needle and stuff. It's real soft and quiet. It's kind of like hiking in the snow, and everything's just real calm and still. Real calm and still down here. Okay, so I just got to say this. It smells wonderful down here. I mean, it's like all these pine trees. No pollution. Beautiful. Check it out. About 10 minutes in from the other trailhead. And you see this whole area is lowlands. But I just walked up upon this rock structure. Beautiful. So let's go check it out. So here it is. Beyond that rock a little ways, found this little campsite. somebody nicely gave somebody some wood, but this probably only hold 110 or so. But the creek's right there. So unless you're hammock camping, which I know a lot of people do these days, but keep walking. So I know I'm in the right area because I saw some, what do you want to call it? Some of those trail markers, triangles, but the path goes straight into the water. So I have to weasel my way around it somehow. Hope I don't fall. Those are some pretty cool rocks behind me. So you can see back here this little island of a rock. But yeah, this path looks like, yeah, I can see a trail marker right there, and somehow I'm gonna have to get across there. This stuff is super slippery and super muddy, so I'm definitely, I'll tell you what, I'll leave the camera on, but I'm gonna strap it on to me. So there we go. Don't fall in the water. That's pretty cool. Oh. Again, I don't want to fall in the water. But that's where the trail is. You can see up there, probably chupacabras up there. Oh, geez, this stuff is muddy. I don't see any. Yeah, I can see a footprint right there. You can see it. Right there. Oh, that's definitely a werewolf. Oh, shit. Whew. Yeah, I made it this far. Oh wow. That rock up here, man. Let's see way up there. That's pretty cool. I gotta keep walking. I'll tell you one thing, I cannot do this without my trekking poles. Hiking stick would not work. So you can see there, I'm back on the trail, kinda. But yeah, without those, without the trail markers, you'd be lost. Yeah. Looks like that's the path. Oh yeah, I just heard coyotes again. Found, my son is gonna love this. This is beaver wood. You can see how the beavers chewed this wood up. That is awesome. I will keep these. Thank you, Mr. Beaver. You would love this spot right here. Look at that. All that light colored wood. That is all beaver wood. Somewhere along the way I lost one of the screws to the GoPro holder. Check this out. You can kind of see this is kind of flooding. That over there is the creek. So this in August, probably in August it wouldn't have any water in it. Maybe just a little channel. But man, up here, I bet you that's the rock they're talking about. I can see hooks up there where people would rock climb. There's a gravel road right over there, and I keep hearing cars drive real slow. It's very odd. Like they're looking for me. I'm surprised you can actually see this, but they just did this in the moss. It says "Fear Me," and I can't make that out with my eyes. Maybe it says "Up Yours," I think. Maybe. At least when you're doing your little graffiti, you're not spray painting. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's where they were spray painting. So I think I found one spot where somebody else had shown a video. I think they came in from that way, but see, somebody's done like a lean-to on the rocks, and apparently you can climb up that rock way up there. I'm not going to climb it because, one, I'm by myself, and two, I'm by myself, and it would not be very smart to get hurt and you're by yourself. And I mean, I haven't seen another person the whole time since I've been out here. Seen a lot of wildlife, but no actual people. That's how big that rock is. If you look at those little sticks down at the bottom, just right here, those sticks are probably 8 to 10 feet tall. So if you said 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that's about 50 foot tall right there. So you can see you can climb up on the back side and then head over. Climb back up. See way down there, this river, big ass hill. It's scared me out, man. I mean, big time. I am wore out. Now, here's the question. I got a trail going that way. I got a trail going that way. Which way do I go? That's got a yellow blaze. That's got a red blaze. I think this is the one that goes to the road. That one will loop back around to the car, but I'm gonna head down this one, head to the road, and then walk the road up back to the car. The road's flat, man. I'm fat. Fat needs flat. That's what we need. I've almost made it back to the car, and it's about 2:15. So 45 minutes on the downside, at least. Well, to get back to the road, not necessarily to my car, but to get back to the road. So once I hit the road, I think it's only like a 5-minute walk, if that, from where I'm at. So hopefully it won't be too long. Intersection. This is where you would be turning on to Pumpkin Town Road. Now I'm leaving Lake Kenton Lake, whatever they call it. Getting back on 233. Right State Route 233. But this is 233, so you'll see there's a big bend in the road, and then I would imagine. Okay. So this is the Welch Byway. I wonder if that's because there's a lot of Amish out here. But I noticed before I got to that gravel road, there was a sign just like this. And it says Kenton Recreation Lake. So, watch for those. So 233 is kind of where you're at, but regardless of which way you come in on 233, you'll see that sign. You go on that road, take the first right, it goes down a hill, there's a lake at the end, it's a dead end, and that other road, it's Pumpkin Town Road, and then it's like Carr Foltz Road or something like that. I think it's called Carr Foltz Road. But kind of difficult to find, and GPS has not worked like it should. We haven't had cell phone service, and something else. So anyway, be checking out those couple trails next weekend, and looking for some good camping spots for the meetup group, and then hopefully I'll find a spot that can hold enough of us to hang out and pitch some tents. Okay, so on the GPS, this is called Call, C-A-L-L, Fultz Road. And I'm pretty sure I finally found Lake Kenton. You can see the road. And there. So I'm pretty sure I'm at the right spot. I might have to hike this again. And I heard there's some pretty cool camping spots along here. But I'm gonna take a walk around a little bit and see what all I can find. The road dead ends right here. So potentially, I mean, a lot of people could park right here. You know, just line up the road. So I think this is definitely the spot where we're gonna have to meet up, which is at the Morgan Sisters Trailhead, which again, there's a lot of paths and stuff, and not a lot of stuff's clearly marked. So I'm gonna have to go wander around a little bit and see what all I can find. So stay tuned. Okay, so here is the parking area. If you look around, I think back here maybe a trailhead. Right there maybe a trailhead. Back there's the lake. So this is the area where we come in at. And then there's another path down here. So I'm gonna go down that way, but I want to check out this way just briefly to see what all's down here. It looks like more people have been driving it, but most of the trailheads I've found out here have the diamonds, and they're clearly marked. So let's see. You know, I don't see any diamonds. Yeah, all I see is some tires back there where people probably have bonfires and stuff. Shoot. Really muddy. So I'm gonna assume it's the other way, but I'm gonna go that way. So I'm gonna go along the lake and see what all we can find. So I just got on this little path right by the lake. I've heard there's some pretty nice lakeside camping spots here. Maybe just a few. Let's see what we can find. So just found this little spot here. So you could literally probably have just a couple tents, but I mean I can see if you camped out here and had a campfire and, you know, a rose to the sun. I don't have my compass on me, but I think that way's north, so the sun would come up over this way. Beautiful sunset, but you wouldn't be able to see anything in the. So, and then right behind here looks like is the trailhead. You can see people have dropped off. Man, that's still got some good tread on that thing. Look. But you know, if you burn tires, you definitely want to burn them at night because it's illegal and it'd put off a lot of smoke. But it's, yeah, nice little lake. I didn't bring my trekking poles because I'm not going to go very far today down this way. I just want to see some trail markers, which you can see this. But not all of the paths are very clearly marked, and it's getting colder and the sun's going down. But this definitely looks like cars and stuff have been riding on it. Jeeps, four-wheelers. Just looking for a trailhead. See where the trailhead is, and then I'll come down here another day and hike all these other loops. But no deer down here. I see deer tracks. I imagine this is it. There's really no other place to go. Let's see. Looking up here by the lake, you can see there's a lake, and that's definitely the dam of the lake. That's the short end where I came in. So looking at the map, I'm I'm actually way up here. And that's not what the trail is, so the trail must have been down that path where all those tires were to begin with. So I'm gonna turn around and go back to the car, past the car, over to the tires, because I'm not seeing any trail markers whatsoever. Now this is definitely a trail of some sorts, but it's probably people come down and bring your quads and stuff and ride them. You're not supposed to, but you can definitely see something's been riding through here. And I haven't seen one trail marker. And this looks like a very, very clear path, and it's just not the right one. We're back to that spot where I saw those tires. And according to the map, should be a trailhead around here. I don't necessarily see anything, but I'm gonna keep walking and see. See what I can see. See if that's a trailhead. And I think it is. So those tires must have distracted me earlier, and I didn't want to go down there. I didn't think I couldn't see this path. You can see some tape up there. But this is definitely a path. Whether it's not the right one, I don't know. Where do I got all that tape up there? But it's old forest. Tall trees, dark in here. It's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, somewhere around there. March. Yeah, I still don't see any. Don't see any markers. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I wonder if it don't go over that way. There's another path over there. I had to see where it goes. I see it. We're back at the parking lot. I'm gonna head up this way and see if that's the trailhead. If that's not the trailhead, I don't know. There's a lot of different paths through here. We'll see where that one goes. There's my car in the parking lot. Climbed up this little way. Again, no trail markers, but I think I just found a trail marker up here. So, reason I'm all out of breath is because I took the wrong freaking path. That's why. Look, a path right there. There's a little freaking guardrail right there. Remember, fat needs flat. Fat needs flat. So now that I came all the way over here. Oh, a bunch of briars, man. So this is clearly the path. There's a trail marker there, trail marker there. I'm gonna hike up here just to see. This battery's about dead on the GoPro, but I'll hike up here, see what I can see. But yeah, definitely a trail marker. And those look like those are just put up. They look brand new. And in case anybody forgot where they left their underwear, he left it right there. And it's still there. I ain't touching it. Don't touch your underwear, man. Yeah, so I'm just a few more feet in, and you can see another trail marker there. Remember, fat needs flat. This is uphill. I know you guys can't tell. but it is. And another thing, I don't have my trekking poles. And those trekking poles do help out a lot. You don't realize it until you don't have them. Let's see, you can see the new one. This is the old one back here. And it's just weathered. So whoever's coming along the trip, Morgan Sisters, we'll do the Cold Branch loop, some other loops. But this is what you're in for. Beautiful. So see you guys in a couple weeks. There's the lake. There's my car, the little cul-de-sac. That's the end of the road. Okay, so I went that way and I went that way. But right where you see this guard beam, that's the actual trail. So when you walk up here, you know, and you can kind of tell that this is the trail, because once you get up to this guardrail, you can see a trail marker up on that tree right there. So yeah, never go too far into the trails without knowing for sure that's the one you're on, because I took 3 different trails here that potentially could have been the trail and they weren't marked, and I just listened to my gut. So, you know, a lot of times that's what you need to do, is listen to your gut. And I got a pretty big one. So, you know, we talk a lot and, you know, it's pretty insightful. So, you know, so the bigger the brain, the smarter you are. Well, I listen to my gut. So it's pretty smart, man. Listen to it. Trust your instincts. Always an adventure.